All right, I'm here with Dave Hine from PlayStation New Zealand. Dave, thanks for joining me today. Hard questions out of the way first. What can you tell us about the Sony network outage?
Well, we're back up, first and foremost, but I'm sure everyone knows that by now. Look, we're very sorry for all of the inconvenience that we've given all of the gamers around the world, but I think from the point of view that it was a malicious attack that could have happened to anyone, I guess, but we needed to take the network down because we needed to go through the process of making it as strong, secure as possible, so that we could bring it back up and give our players confidence going forward. And it's obviously security's been a priority in the past, but it's going to be even more so in the future.
It was 4chan for sure, I'm telling you now. All right, so let's get on to the fun stuff. At the press conference yesterday, we obviously saw a lot of really cool things, and one of the things that struck me was the 3D TV, so tell us about that.
3D TV, yeah, I just saw that a few hours before the press conference myself, so we were very excited about that. Obviously, to have a 3D TV monitor at that price with those sorts of features was very exciting.
For those who don't know, it was $499 US, so I guess that at the current rate translates to about $650, $700, but we'll have to wait and see what the New Zealand pricing is, of course. Although, do you know?
No, I don't know the pricing. I don't know the exact arrival time. We're talking to retailers to see what their pickup of it is. But look, the pricing, who knows? I mean, as you know, we work through Europe, so we have to go through Europe pricing, and we've got to do those all sorts of details first.
All right, so it's a 24-inch television, for those who didn't see the press conference, Sony branded, PlayStation branded rather, and the thing that really struck me about it was you didn't need split screen for couch co-op games, so talk to us about that and talk to us about the tech behind that.
Look, I've got to say, first of all, it's a monitor, it's not a TV, so there's no TV tuner in it. But that doesn't mean to say you can't have a TV experience, because obviously if you've got maybe a Sky decoder or a Play TV, then you'll be able to plug that in. So there's your TV experience. So yeah, dual view is a very cool feature of it, and what it enables you to do. So rather than having a vertical or horizontal split screen, by using glass, the 3D glasses, each player will see a full screen of their segment of the game. Now, as I understand it, and hey, I'm only a simple sales and marketing guy, but from a tech point, as I understand it, 3D gives you two sets of lines, and it's those two sets of lines flashing at a very, very high rate gives you the 3D experience, and the glasses translate to that. Now, what the dual view does is give one set of lines to one player and another set of lines to another player. So, and the glasses take that into account as well. So what you have is a full screen dual player experience, which is very cool. We've had a lot of positive comments about it, and as I said, we're just working through with retailers and seeing what we're going to be able to do it for. And clearly, an entry-level 3D TV or monitor, I should say, is very, very appealing. But we've got to look at the market, and because 3D TVs are coming down in price, and I think it might be a limited time opportunity, but it's definitely one that we want to be able to take advantage of.
Sure. Any idea when it might be coming out in New Zealand?
Look, I think the US said coming in for fall this year. We've got to find out whether we're part of that. I would hope that we are, because as I said, I think it's maybe a bit of a limited time opportunity, but we'll just see how it goes.
Right on. I suppose the other big thing, well, there were many big announcements, but was the PSP2 at the conference known as the PS Vita, of course.
Yeah.
What can you tell us about that? Do you know when it's going to come out in New Zealand? Pricing details, anything? Give us something.
Yeah, give you something, absolutely. I'd love to give you something. No, from the point of view of, look, it's a fantastic piece of kit. The pricing hasn't really been confirmed for New Zealand at the moment, so I can't do that. The timing for it, as I said, for the unfortunate tsunami in Japan and the devastation of that really put us a little bit on the back foot from that perspective. So once we get through that and the factories start coming up online, then we'll like to be able to hopefully August, maybe Gamescom, make an announcement on when that's going to be launching. So look, I'd love to be able to give you any more details than that, but there's so many factors in play, we just really can't do it. From the piece of kit itself, it's amazing. I don't know, you've already had a little play of it, and you pick it up, and one of the first things I was amazed by is how light it was. You know, it's the size of probably the original PSP, maybe a little bit larger, but it's so much lighter. The OLED screen, and it's thin. The OLED screen is the colours, the definition, the contrast is incredible. That makes watching multimedia movies or whatever and games just so much better. Touch screen, the touch on the screen is sensitive, so you can tap it and lightly, and the effect is light. You can tap it hard, and the effect is hard. So that's cool. The touchpad at the back, those two combined gives you a completely new way of interacting with a game. And as I've said to a couple of occasions, the game should, from my point of view, be a natural progression. So you've still got the dual sticks, which is a big plus for anyone who's got a PSP. They've always wanted to have dual sticks, right? So the gaming interaction should be seamless between using the shoulder buttons, the D-pad, the dual sticks, and the touch, and it should be natural as well. Not trying to put a feature, or the touchscreen feature, as a gimmick, as it were. And then you've got the 6-axis and GPS, the whole lot, and combined in, you know, what we're looking at, you know, around that 500 or maybe a bit less, that price point, magic. And on top of that, it's the games.
How many games are you expecting to come out at launch, do you know?
I believe it's around 10 to 12, something like that. I'm not 100% sure, because obviously that depends on the launch date. But the games that we've got, one of the big positives about Vita is that almost every software developer is jumping on board and saying what a great piece of kit to develop for. And as I understand it, the developmental period is very, very positive. So it's not a long time to take something from of a PlayStation 3 quality and putting that into Vita. So that's very, very positive. And then when you look at the types of games that have already been announced, Uncharted, the Golden Abyss, I'm not sure whether you've played that. That looks very, very cool. And it's still progressing on that. You've got Little Big Planet, you've got Mod Nation, you've got Resistance, COD's said to be coming, and the list goes on. And when you get that sort of level of gaming at the core gamer end, and then you've got also all of the PlayStation Portable, all of the PSN snack type of games, the gaming experience is quite surpassed.
Is it backwards compatible with PSP games?
You can play the PSP games on there downloading them through PlayStation Network, yes. Obviously it's on a memory stick, so there's no UMD device going in there.